Listen closely. Millennials and their money. Are they financially savvy? One group in our area is trying to make sure they are, and we're going to chat with them coming up next on how millennials should be managing their finances. Be right back. Welcome back. Saving money can be a taboo topic for millennials, but there is a group with an interesting name that is trying to spark the conversation on how to manage and save your money. Here to talk more about it are financial experts Ben Carter and Malcolm Ethridge. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
And we just have to say it, Malcolm is in the middle. All right, guys. So you all are millennials, and you work with millennials. That's the target audience for your clientele. Are you finding that they're not saving as much?
Yeah, I think there's definitely an appetite to learn more about how to save and how to get aggressive about saving. One of the things that we do at Manage Your Damn Money with our podcast and other things that we put out is just have relevant, pop culturally entertaining conversations about money. And really just try to go back and forth. When we do our show, we crack jokes. We do a lot of different things.
Crack a lot of jokes.
Well, let's talk about a little bit of the content, because that kind of loops back to giving financial advice. Who do you have on the show, and what are you actually revealing on the show that millennials can relate to and really, encourage them to think about where their money's going?
So I am actually a licensed financial advisor. So I give sort of the technical expertise to it, but then Ben helps kind of lighten that up and make sure that it's something that folks can break down into smaller pieces and actually enjoy watching. Because as you mentioned, talking about money has been a taboo kind of topic and folks kind of shy away from it. So we want to make sure that it draws you in with like edutainment.
Do you think that millennials are shying away from it because they just don't have the tools and the resource and education on financing? Or is it just because they're not thinking about it? Maybe they have parental help or...
Right. I don't think it's so much about that. I think it's about the way that we talk about money. Culturally, we talk about money and it's very like siloed. It's time to talk about money. Let's go over here in a corner and be bored for 45 minutes.
Right.
And we have to talk about our IRA, our Roth IRA, those kinds of things. Our approach is different. Like on our last show, we talked about love and money. And at the beginning, we talked about the new Drake album. And so I think mixing those things that we're already familiar with, that we already talk about in our day-to-day lives, with points about how to save, how to invest, how to get a better understanding of how the financial world works, that's really our goal.
That's interesting. Okay. So let's talk about how we can, really reach out to the millennials here. And I think first thing you need to take charge, right? You need that initiative, that drive to really think about where your money's going, the importance of saving. See, my parents just drilled it home to me. They said, you need to start saving. I started saving when I was 18 years old.
Yeah. And
just save, live beneath your means for that safety net. But what are you guys telling millennials?
Well, it's not just save. It's also modifying your lifestyle, like you said, living below your means, making sure that as you get raises and bonuses and that kind of thing, you're actually putting them towards something, not just buying something new. And so you don't necessarily have to upgrade your lifestyle just because you suddenly came into a little bit more money or a windfall, an inheritance, whatever. It's actually coming up with ways to put it to work so that it does something.
Yes, and as a financial advisor, give us some tips on investments.
Well, I won't get into any specific investments, that you want to jump into.
Where does one start is what I'm saying.
That's what I was going to say. To get started, one of the things that we talk about on the show all the time, sort of as a rule of thumb, is making sure that you're in your employer's 401k plan or whatever their employer-sponsored retirement plan is, and you're at least contributing enough to max out how much your employer is willing to match. Okay. So that's like the very first bottom line thing you need to be doing before you even consider like going off and buying any stock or anything like that, because that's giving away free money at that point. If you're not getting that additional however many thousands of dollars from your employer, that's like core bottom line rule.
Basic rule of thumb. Yeah. Okay. And real quickly, it's tax season. So filing your taxes with millennials, I'm finding a lot more becoming their own bosses, right? Such as yourselves with the podcast. So our taxes can get a little complicating. Any tips on that?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually recently had a show about this specific topic, taxes, millennials, and those who are 1099 or freelance employees. And it's really just keeping everything organized is really key. Doing the receipts electronically.
That truly is the key.
Making sure not
being on time.
Not putting those receipts in a box, but actually like taking a picture of them, filing it away somewhere digitally. And then making sure that if you decide to go with the actual tax professional, make sure you know which kind of tax professional you're going with. And then also make sure that you know If you use one of those online services, do your research about which one you should use, which one's best. Some are free, some are paid for.
And a lot of those do-it-yourselves are pretty good at explaining what each one is, so thank goodness we have that. All right. Thanks, guys, so much. The podcast is once a week, live on Mondays.
Mondays at
but
6
you can
o'clock.
download it on iTunes. Is that right?
Yeah, you can download it on iTunes. You can search Manage Your Damn Money, and you can also watch it live on listenvisionlive.com at 6 p.m. on Mondays. And then also we're soon going to be broadcasting on Montgomery County Media, so we're excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Doing
Over
big things,
800,000
guys.
votes.
Yeah. Comes on Mondays at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. So that's
Great.
coming up soon.
All right. Thanks so much.